tons of more placement unless someone gets in the box, which just happened. But Peterbot has a story of its own going down right here. He finds Nick. That's 4 for Peterbot now, who is on fire here, bringing his team up to 6 eliminations. We love to see it. Full loadout, full deck of cards in hand, except he doesn't have the ammunition. This is one of the worst situations to be in as a pro player, not having that additional pressure. He's going to see opportunity after opportunity open up in front of him and not be able to take advantage. So now comes down to strategic play, right, Vivid? He has to stay alive here. He has to play smart and basically somehow pull a refresher off.
Yeah, but look at this. We have Macwood and Donnie on top of the server. They're going to be playing for the high ground here. Very, very cool to see. We talked about them at the Daily Bugle. See how this is going to develop. Looks like they walked away scot-free. So they're going to be playing the high ground. And let me tell you, the high ground in this season is very, very strong because you have these high fire rate weapons in the MK7 and the Stinger SMG that just pressure the entire lobby down as long as you have the ammo to back it up. But Macwood looking like he's only running on 40 AR bullets right now. But Peterbot, again, look at him. He is still thriving on the low ground, finds himself in a stable position with 17 builds left. The moving zone is about to move, though. He's got 5 seconds until he's got to make a decision on where he's going to go next, and it doesn't look like he has an easy way out.
No, definitely not. This is all unfamiliar territory. The patience plays out.
Yeah.
It goes back in his favor. Peterbot does manage to stay alive now. He did have a couple players in his line of sights here. Can he find an elimination is the real question. Dusky on the front side of zone looking very comfortable, but it's Peterbot, our current lobby leader who has the most points just off of Elan's alone. Still up, still holding on. In comes someone into the box, and no, it's Okiss, someone who is deadly with the rifle, barrel stuffs him and gets him out of here. Iamsa goes down as DJ goes for the high ground play. It's a 1v2 situation into the box. It's not enough. He gets shut down as well. Macwood and Donnie have been gifted the high ground for free all this time for free, just coasting along here. Plenty of material as well. Here, Vivid, listen, this is a comeback situation for Donnie and Macwood. Are we watching the development of a tough day yesterday, but a comeback run now?
You know, I think so. They are definitely probably guaranteed, hopefully not cast or cursing for the first time here, but they're probably guaranteed like top 3. Though it is worrisome because they don't have a lot of ammo to pressure the rest of the lobby, so it could be a potential for the low ground to actually win this game. But Play using the web shooters there to grab them like a harpoon does, grab some mats real quick, so that's cool to see. But as this lobby develops, we can see a lot of players playing that low ground now. We can see Golden there in the middle there, find himself through some old builds, going to be keeping himself safe, which is awesome. Baka, though, trying to play the low ground against Dusky, but Dusky is doing well in preventing them from rotating, which is really, really good because you want to claim as much space as you possibly can.
Here comes Chucky sweeping around the side here, our current point leader, right? So we had the camera on top of Peterbot for quite some time, but Chucky says, put it on us here, as Glace and Chucky already have, make that 8 eliminations. I was gonna call 7, make it 8 as they find Dusky in the low ground. So Glace is definitely picking up the refresher that they need. Now, no more material, though. Ooh. Chucky gets rolled up from behind and steamrolled by Golden there. Oliver, though, does have a win condition, right? So this is a team with a true win condition. They have the mythic hands, Playify and Oliver, but Golden's trying to see what he can do. He's playing the zone right now. Very smart for him to just go ahead, take his time here, try to squeeze out some placement points. And this is going to come down to the element of surprise, but a little late. One choke build could be enough. Here comes the swing in. It's a 2v1. Shut down. 3 more points for Oliver, OG, and Playify. Macwood and Donnie have done an exceptional job of pretty much coasting their way across the height, but can they close out now as they're out of builds here? This is still winnable.
Oh,
no.
There we go.
I mean, it's rough either way. You don't have mobility.
Yeah, no ability, right? And then you look at his HP. He's only got 61 HP. He's going to be finding... Oh, I think he gets that stolen, so he doesn't get any of that siphon. That would have been huge. If he would have got the siphon right there, he would have been chilling at above 100 HP. But look at this rotation he's got to make with only 61 HP. I mean, maybe he's got the builds to do it. He is putting down a lot of damage on a lot of these players right now, though. If he can find one of these eliminations, actually finalize them. Ooh, finds a great launch pad. He actually took fall damage from that. He didn't land directly on it. I don't know what he landed on. I think he landed on the edge of it. So he did actually get punished a little bit for that, but nonetheless finds himself in a pretty good position at the front of the zone. He's got 80 builds to work with, which should be plenty. A big fight going down here, though. D-Roller and Trashy finding themselves against Tabney and Death, both who are less than 50 HP at the end of the little tussle that they had. But it looks like D-Roller's going to go fully down, and Trashy left the solo clutch. Yamzo now down to 1 HP.
Man, I would have loved to see him a little bit more aggressive right there. So much opportunity to find some shots, but it's okay. Trying to keep a low profile here. On high ground once again was Macwood for a second there. Looks like they were actually contested as Donnie was taken out on the rotate here. So going to the backside of zone, Macwood goes for the desperate hero play, hoping to pick up his teammate. It's not going to work out. To the front side he goes, though, and this is the benefit of having that AP, right? That heal, the mist spray here to play off of. Beautifully done. He's got the best position on the lobby, SMG in hand as well. That's a great 80 tag here, but a little too much pressure here, a little too much focus. He layers up, and this is just exceptional play by Macwood, proving why he is such a veteran right now. But second height comes that second pressure. It's 20 on top here. They're looking to make a comeback story for themselves. Reciprocal and 20, who are in 17th place now, can definitely rocket their way on up. Our first place seed, though, Macwood almost approaching another top 15 situation here. Now remember, this is plenty of points to be made here.
Yeah, find himself some Storm Surge damage, though. That is not actually in play anymore. He's going to be trying to take a little bit of a tag or trade there with Salax. I guess it kind of works out. I don't, he doesn't really gain anything from that. Running in the storm, though, for the web shooter is very, very smart, but I think he's got to go down a couple layers. This higher ground knows that he is a solo player. They've seen him multiple times now, so he's got to find himself out of the sight of them. He's still got 38 builds to work with, and this mist spray, man, this thing has been so clutch for him. That thing starts off with 150 total HP. It's now down to 85, so he's effectively used it here for like 65 HP. He's going to be needing to use it a little bit more as he gets beamed out of the sky as he uses those web shooters.
Yeah, I love the play there, though. He knew that danger was near, but Macwood gets shut down right there by OMG Me Too. Another end game for OMG Me Too. A top 10 situation here. Bully also alive just barely by the skin of his teeth, and he gets taken out in a top 4 spot there, but he does make it on in 4 eliminations. The 8th place for him. OMG Me Too rounding his team up to 6 elims, looking to rocket his way on up as well now out into the zone. It's such a tough read here, but the zone's going to favor this side that he's on, so this is going to work out for him. Now he has a little moment here. Here comes a duo, though. Fresh build hides in the pines. Love it. There's a duo on the other side. 84. Can he get a follow-up here? He's got this under control right now. It's a one tag, Vivid.
Oh, man, he misses out on a couple opportunities there, but I love it. He actually started to break those trees, right, just for a couple mats, but he didn't fully break them, so that way he could hide in them, and it ended up working out so well. So that was such a smart play. And yeah, the zone pulls back, so he's going to get this med kit off. He is a solo, though, and there are 3 other duos alive, so he isn't. The odds are against him here. We'll see what he does. He's looking up for higher ground. Man, this guy is ambitious. He only got 2 builds left to work with. These players in front of him, though, not full HP. Gonna be working with the angles, and yeah, no builds.
He gets shut down. Redux comes on from the high ground now with Savage here. Evasion on the low ground. That's 1, that's 2. They get the full finish, but he gets traded out as well. It's Zerx left by himself now. He gets coned off by Redux and then shut down.
Degen and Yamzo, though, in a pretty good position here. They got a lot of mats, and they are on the west side of the zone, which is where the moving zone is going, though. Correction, they now have to get Storm Surge, and there we go, on cue. Just going to be beaming with that Stinger SMG. Got to be careful. Any single little bit of margin that you give these players, they will punish you for it, and that's what you're seeing right out of Yamzo, though. Let me tell you, Yamzo has been impressing me all day. Every single time we tune in, he is just beaming somebody with an MK or a Stinger.
Yeah, definitely. Surge hasn't been too much of an issue for them as it has been for Clarity G and Slacks right now. I mean, listen, Slacks needs to be the wind to Clarity G's fire right here. They have been trying to pretty much hold on just round after round, zone after zone. Here's another one of those situations right now where they are so far below the Surge and it's continuing to stack up. Players aren't falling fast enough, so the pressure is starting to mount here. And here comes the layer changes. Now out of builds, Clarity might be thinking, was that worth it here? As he has to start making his way all around here, trying to read the zone. He gets behind a player. One missed shot is going to be enough for him to just get bodied, and he had so much health as well. It's up to Slacks now. It's all or nothing. How much can you make here? Absolutely none. Time is money, and the money's been collected by the Surge to get him out of here. On high ground is Quad Magnolia. On the mids is Bully and Dusky here. In shambles, too. Our second place team in shambles right now.
Yeah, good layer change, though. When you are in shambles like this, when you put yourself on that low ground, you basically remove a build that you have to place because you are on steady grounds, right? So they don't have to place those floors anymore that they would have to if they were in the mid ground. So pretty good play, though they do eventually get beamed for being on those wood builds in the late game. Yamzo, though, finding himself on the higher ground, it appears. Going to be having a player contest them, though. I wonder where Degen is at. Looks like he's Not sure where he's at, but he's going to be shooting this player out here to make sure he disconnects. DJ's right behind him. Good, good, good. So both of those guys are on height, established, doing pretty well.
Wicked Beef looking pretty well on the low ground as well. 4 eliminations. Not a lot of material, but definitely tons to work with here, as ammo and heals are not an issue at all right now. Seems like they managed to pick up some sweet goods down here. In this zone's been ping-ponging back and forth. Convicted jumps into the wrong layer. Boxes get shot up as well. Big damage there. Beef will be able to pick up some of that loot. Well played for him as they sweep up 2 enemies on this low level. And look, they're just snaking their way across, ratting their way through the low ground right now. The tunnels are theirs. And look at this, more focus coming in here, but they have things under control right now. Even though it doesn't seem like it, they definitely have the lead there. Golden and Walkers too. Look at this condition that they're in. 7 eliminations and a full layer to themselves. Brings one down. That's a player caught. Bad ramp there, and he is trapped. Walkers comes in with a finish through. That's onto Nounsy, sprites by himself, and it comes through. Oh my gosh, shut down there. And Golden comes on in. He wants to pick up the loot. Nicely done. Counter fire though. It hurts, it stings. He has to make his way outside the zone. There's no health on this player. Just shoot back. He heals 2. He heals an enemy in the chaos there. He doesn't care though. Manages to stay alive. That's what matters most here. And look at this. They're still up somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how he actually just made it through that. That was
insane.
Phenomenal play. He's getting shot at like the whole entire time there. Still makes a nice little path around the zone though. But leaves himself with a total of 18 builds here. So they are in a pretty good position. Going to be getting pressured by Oliver OG, who's actually below them. He's going to be trying to panic place an armored wall there. And again, he is just finding these situations where he's getting shot at from every which angle, but he just slips right out the back. He's going to be looking at the high ground though. Ooh, player sneaks around the back, probably from the zone, and actually finds the elimination. Degen and Yamzo on the top here. 2v3 situation for them. 3 players left on the low ground. Going to be using the rest of their ammunition to pressure all those builds out. Oh, Yamzo goes down for the drop down. Now they are controlling the actual zone. Now this player builds up though. This could turn. Oh, there we go. Finishes it there on op.
Another exchange. Polarized and Nico on top. They need this victory out so badly. They've been having a struggle of a tournament, but they shut down Macwood and Donnie over at the Daily Bugle. Now taking this game all the way through to endgame. This is going to be a confidence boost for them, which is going to spell more and more trouble for Macwood and Donnie for the next game.
Yamzo on the low ground. He's doing it for the duo. I mentioned how he was going to have to clutch up to keep that first place position alive, and yes, Sente as well, finally finding some success. Ooh, Yamzo too aware for a player to be lurking underneath his own builds. What a great spot he is in right now though. Actually gets tagged. Oh my gosh. Ooh, he's still got a lot of mats to work with though. Great builds coming out. He knows he's got to go up the hill, so he's slowly working his way up as he builds away from those players. I like this play. Taking a little bit of a detour into the zone a little bit. Mindful of the high ground. We know that they can do a lot of damage in very quick succession. And again, Magnolia goes for a quick little couple of shots on him. Does some damage, but nothing to be worried about. Sent it over there. Backside of the zone actually goes down. Yamzo to do it.
Yeah, a little wide shot right there gives us Pamsu and Thatch on height right now, so they could be making their return into the standings too. Yamzu gets the wall opened up and shut down, so first place is now out. More room for the top here. Clarity G and Slacks managed to find themselves into the triple-digit mark. This is a 108-point breakthrough for them. Every team that falls is granting them more and more points. Take a look here, 6 elims as well. There's a player behind this wall, but will they open up? Yes, of course. Slacks is looking for it. Clarity G leading this rotate out at the bottom. Calm and collected. Day and Clicks managed to make an endgame too. But this is Pam and Thatch's game. They're in 11th place. Can they do something even bigger? We'll find out. Beautiful angle here from Clarity G on the low. Shots are coming out. Can they get the full rip through? That's a great tag there. No shield break. It's Day and Clicks on the other side of the barrel, facing the pressure on height. 3 elims now. The champs are trying to come back here. They've been on a tear. We've been hyping them up. We know how good they are. They need to show us right now. How can they close this game out? 2 builds now for Thatch. Have to assume Pamsu barely has any. Yes, so that means they're committing down here. Sneaky and Statics at 9 eliminations. They're fighting for the spot right now. This is a top 10 fight here. Can they break through? No. Sneaky gets shut down. The Vets are just a little bit better. Statics as well. And for the last 3 games of the tournament, can they continue to tear things up? If they do, that's going to spell upset for players inside the top 10 that were thinking they were going to have a free pass to the end game. Because so far, it has not been like that. We've seen so many new teams start to jump into these final settings. Look, Redux and Savage, the game winners from the previous round, still here, still up. They took, what was that, like game number 3, right, with the 8 eliminations, and they're still here. So these are teams that have been so consistent now, and they're fighting for everything here. They're fighting for top 10.
Man, Oliver using the web shooters, lands on a piece of a building and just like instantly in a situation where he's in the face of another player and it doesn't work out. So Qualifier going to be left alone, 1 versus 22
Pam's done.
other, and yeah, there goes Pam's though. Now Qualifier again, you know, he's in the top 8, but barely. So he's got to be able to clutch up, and so that way he and Oliver can go into this last game and hopefully be in the top 8. Taking a look over to the right side though, Walkers and Golden. Number 3 on the leaderboard though, 80 total builds in the web shooters. If both of these guys have web shooters, I think that they are in one of the best positions in this lobby, outside of course, your high ground team, J-Man and Dayfan, who, if you remember, ended up securing the vault.
Yeah, definitely. That vault super, super key to their success so far. Walkers and Golden, though, man. Hot and cold type of team today. Big top 3s, then falling to the surge coming out of game 1s and those early zones. But so far, those top 3s really carrying them through. Can they get another one here? Walker's going to scramble out of that tight situation, lose his teammate in the process. Now, mind you, he's going to be a solo here, but he's got the best mobility you can ask for. He's got the best loadout any solo can ask for. Couple quick heals, big mobility to work with. On high ground, our number 1 team looking to buffer up the lead here. Iamzo and Degen holding things down. Out goes the Walker here, though. This is what we're talking about. How much can he actually clutch up here? 4 points being earned. Nice. Great layer change here. Now down to 29 builds to work with here. Yeah, it's where the sensory overload starts to kick in, though, right? With all these teams nearby.
Yeah, this is a good position for him, though. You know what I mean? He's hearing a lot going on, and he's just like, listen, leave me alone. Let me live. I got 30 builds left, couple of web shooters, and he's actually going to be going for an elim there, surprising. But I'd be happy with the position that he was in. But here we go. Yeah, going to be using those web shooters to rotate, then just box up again and wait for the next zone. You're going to be able to clutch up so many placement points for him and Golden here, which is really, really good because as you can see, they actually just updated to that top 2 spot. So doing all the work there. Savage on the right side, though, getting pressed.
I was going to say, he's still up with very little HP. No time to even pop the big pot here. He's just waiting. He'd rather look for an elimination than go for the quick heals. We'll see if that ends up being a mistake here soon. Look, he's so nervous. Tension is so high. He doesn't even want to heal. The moment he does, he gets shut down. And back on over to Walkers, who's sitting inside the zone. This time, though, he's actually finding elimination, so the story's much different here. He's gotten much more loot than the first time. Look, there goes those couple splashes here. Out comes the Mythics Web Slingers. Remember, he's just trying to stay up here. Another top 10. He did enough. He's done enough to get to second place. He can actually fight for first, but Iamzo's still alive. 125 on the 180 right there. Beautifully done. Out comes the rotate. That's on today. Oh my gosh. Walkers is incredible so far. What a shot. He just laid down right there.
Absolutely phenomenal, keeping this solo clutch run alive. You were just saying how he had already done enough. He reached the top, and he's like, no, MDF. You know, just relax, I got this. And he picks up a quick elim on day. Right before that, he picked up clicks, which is where he found all of that loot from. But Degen and Iamzo, the lobby leaders, you know, taking the lead over Walkers right now as a duo on the high ground. You got to be thinking to yourself, you know, they definitely got to be qualified to the grand finals by now.
For Walkers, it's all or nothing here. Chip in front of them. Fresh duo, big health on them. Spades ready. They're going to be able to hear this pickaxe here. This is where the threat really starts to increase. Out comes the early cone looking for the control here. That's a wood build. He knows it's fresh as well. He's looking right through it. Spade and Chimp get off this layer, though, so it just works out. The timing here, perfect. Another team goes down. That's another point for Walker here. Couple placements away from actually taking first, but Degen and Iamzo are the team up top. That's the mountains, the titans on the hill, if you will. And look, they're starting to work their way down. Walker's into another box. Huge tag here. There's only one more separating him from finding another fresh elimination. Onto low ground he goes. He still has builds, though. 101. This kid's shot is crazy. Even if he does go down, that was so good. Chimp and Spade, though, put them in the conversation. 8 eliminations already. It's a 2v2 situation. Space down, chips off to the storm. Tick, tick. One more shot should be enough. And DGen
board on that one, but it does look like they only ended with 116. So a bigger story going to be, you know, the likes of Pamsto and Fadge, Oliver, OG. Where do those teams that were directly on that bubble, close to that top 8 position, where are they going to end up?
Yeah, it's safe to say, Oliver, OG, my man, you are incredible. One of the only players that have gone from content creator straight to professional player, and he's just managed to impress season after season, Vivid.
Yeah, and that was just very well done. You know, we had a very fast 6 games. Let me tell you, you guys kept it very action-packed. It was awesome. We had some fun over at Greasy Grove, the Daily Bugle, stuff like that. Scented Cold, unfortunate day, but DGen and Yamzo, amazing day. And
yeah.
Hopefully you guys appreciate my first ever cast. Hopefully I did pretty well, kept everything entertaining. And shout out to MDF for keeping it really clean throughout the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a fun rodeo here at the Dash for Monster and Vivid. We'll see you guys on the other side. We're gonna toss on over to Adam and the boys to bring us on home. Thank you guys.
So much love in the chat right now for Vivid, man. Amazing with MDF there. You guys crushed it. It was so, I mean, the last game there, we knew it was going to be topsy-turvy, back to front, and it absolutely was that SPG. We saw so many pop-offs, so many clutch-ups, and as well, we saw so many points, which are really going to throw the leaderboard completely out of whack.
That was chaotic. We saw so many teams literally like making their punch, trying to get up to that top 8, then another team gets right there, then another team gets right there, and they're just jockeying for those top 8 spots. Oh, that was insane to watch, and I have no idea, honestly. I have a couple of teams that I think made it, but we'll have to see what that top 8 looks like Sundown, because that last game was everything we could have asked for.
Yeah, that last game had so many people who were in contention, either dropping or making it just far enough. The solo efforts trying to push through. But one thing that was consistent from start to finish was a team who ended up in that top spot. It felt like we always, no matter what, we're seeing DGen and Yamzo in the top left corner on the left side of that feed, racking up points. We know they're going to be there. We know Walkers and Golden are also going to be there. The question is, who else is joining them?
Well, I'm hearing it right now that we do have the final standings. Who are the 8 going through to finals? Here we go, guys. This is the final standings after game 6, and look who's made the top SPG. Wow, that is our top 8.
Vaj also managed to make it through. The 1 point difference